Hello, everybody. We got some big news today. Big news concerning the Peter Jackson movie, The Beatles Get Back. Long awaited for 2 years or something like that. And, oh boy, this project has had all kinds of twists and turns, and yet we've got another one that I'm going to report to you. And also give you my feelings on it, because some of you probably heard the news already, just want to know how I feel about it. And, well, I was at work all day today when the news was on social media, so I had to wait until I got out of work, and here I am in the car. Kind of want to get it going and give you my opinions on this and my feelings. And I've had hours to digest this and also to come to terms with it, because I'm not really happy with the decision. However, there are more positive sides to it. So I can go and tell you what I don't like and what I think might actually possibly be a benefit. Okay. Well, let's just do a little bit of background here. This is a movie, of course, that Peter Jackson put together. It's from 56 hours of the Beatles when they were doing the Get Back sessions, which came out to be Let It Be. And he wanted to make a more uplifting, more positive experience out of this material. And apparently he actually accomplished that. And the story was that this film was going to be released to theaters by Disney. And that was going to be in, I think it was September of 2020. But of course, we all know what happened. COVID came along and squashed that. And everybody stayed out of movie theaters. And then we had a delay. And the last we'd heard was this year, in August of 2021, we were going to get the Get Back film in theaters. Now, Peter Jackson put a montage together, and it's available on YouTube, of really fun and enticing snippets of the Beatles from this movie. And he said it wasn't really a trailer per se, it's more like just a collection of moments, but it kind of worked a little at the end as a trailer, because it did say, if my memory serves, coming in theaters summer of 2021 or something like that, something close to that, if I remember. And that really kind of confirmed it. And so I was waiting for this. I'm really going to tell you, I was really thrilled, because I was going to go with some friends. I was going to go with my nephew and my girlfriend, and maybe get together with some Beatles people that I know. And this was going to be a real big event in the theaters, and Disney seemed all out committed to making it a theatrical release. And I wanted a theatrical release, folks. That's really what I wanted. I wanted it in the theaters because I'm a movie guy. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I believe that movies were made to be seen on the big screen. And I was looking forward to seeing Get Back and the rooftop sequence, the new rooftop sequence, I should say, with, I think it's going to be the complete rooftop, which wasn't available in Let It Be in 1970. They didn't give it to us. But this was going to be on the big screen, the Beatles larger than life with us right there. And it was also going to be possibly really like super deluxe sound and state of the art. And I really was really excited about it, And then what winds up happening is we're not going to get that. It turns out that here it is. Now at the last minute, so to speak, it's going to be issued, get this, on television. It's going to be a TV show. It's going to be in November of this year, 2021, 3 parts. And the dates are going to be November 25th, 26th, and 27th. Thanksgiving. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. It reminds me right away of the anthology that came out in 1995. The anthology was spread over a series of days on television. But this isn't the anthology. This was going to be a big feature film. And I got to tell you, as a moviegoer, as a connoisseur of film in general, there's a difference between a documentary, really, and an actual feature film. I wanted this to be something like the Rolling Stones' Gimme Shelter or Bob Dylan's Don't Look Back. I wanted it to be a big feature like experience. And I think when you have a film, it tells a story. This will tell the story of what was going on at that period of time with the Beatles. It actually plays out better when you watch it from beginning to end straight through. I don't think any film benefits by being chopped up into 3 days and 2 hours at a clip. 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours there. I'll get to that later. It's going to be a longer edition. Don't think it really works out that way. When I was a kid, I used to watch something called the 4:30 movie in New York TV, and they would take a film sometimes and they would broadcast it over 2 days. So you'd be watching something like maybe it was a biblical film or something, one of the epics, and you'd watch part one on Monday, and then you'd have to continue the same time, 4:30 on Tuesday, and get part two. This is not a TV show we're talking about with different episodes. This is a movie that's supposed to be watched from start to finish all the way through. Well, anyway, I was really aggravated. I'm not so bad now because I've had time to think about it and to really reconsider things. But overall, folks, I really am disappointed. I really wanted this in the theaters. I really wanted that experience. And I thought that it would be a special opportunity that maybe new generations of fans could be had from this. New young people are always discovering the Beatles, and to see it on the big screen, they might have a new awakening for the Beatles. I mean, that's what happened with Queen. Queen had that Bohemian Rhapsody film out, and a lot of people saw that in the theaters, and a lot of young people became Queen fans, and I saw people in my local record store actually buying Queen records a lot, So I really thought that could happen. Is it going to be the same thing watching it on television with all of us isolated in our own little cubicles, just watching it kind of like a lone experience? Oh, maybe you'll have a friend over or something like that. But there's a different thing when you have a big, long communal thing that's like a big thing, like when Star Wars was out or Jaws was out or something like that, and everybody's going to the theater. This was going to be a widespread release. It wasn't going to be just little indie art houses release. And now it's just a little thing on TV. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. Now, first of all, it's going to be on Disney Plus. I do not have Disney Plus, and that kind of makes me wonder. I've heard that it's only like $8 a month to get it. That's not bad, but I've heard other people say it could be more expensive. What I want to know, too, is if I'm going to order this, and I have to order it to watch it, what I want to know is it going to be simple? Am I going to be able to just grab the phone, call up my cable company, and say, hi, I want to order Disney Plus, and then they just flick a switch and it's on? Just like if I was ordering, say, Cinemax, or if I was ordering HBO, or if I was ordering the sports package, you just say, I want it, okay, click, and that's it. Because that's not, all right, I can do that for a month or so, whatever it is, take a month. But I'm not going to go through this routine of trying to get together a whole bunch of streaming things and Fire Sticks, and I've heard people talking about this, and it might be a little involved. You have to download it, and if it's going to be a headache, I'll just wait for the DVD and Blu-ray, and hopefully there's going to be a DVD and Blu-ray. I would think there is going to be. I really, really, really don't know, folks. I am so crushed by this, but here's the positive part of it. As I started to think about it, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking the same thing, because I've even talked to people during work and social media, and they're saying, well, you know what, this is going to be 3 nights, 2 hours a night, so it's going to be 6 hours, and look at the bright side, everybody's saying, and I thought this myself too. We're going to get 6 hours instead of what would a theatrical film be? If Peter Jackson's film had been in the theater, what would it be? 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 2.5, maybe? Let's say 2 hours. Just for the hell of it. 2 hours of the movie if it was in the theater, right? Now we're getting 6 hours. So a lot of people are thinking, hey, that's 4 hours more Beatles. And if that's the case, if it turns out that we're going to be getting 4 more hours of the Beatles in the studio, rehearsing, goofing around, playing their music, creating, encouraging each other, etc., that's great. But how do we know that that's exactly what's going to happen? And I'll tell you what I mean by this. Let me put it to you this way. Some people on social media, when I presented this thought to them, that maybe it's going to be just a lot of padding going on with talking heads, they said, no. Apparently there was, as they told me, an article in Vanity Fair where it was said this film is not going to be a talking heads film. It's not going to be a lot of narration or people being interviewed in between clips. It's going to be just a straight run through of a film where the film itself and the events that you're seeing before your eyes will tell the story. That's great. But here's the way I look at it. Consider this, folks, and I could be wrong about this, but just let me say this, okay? Let's suppose it was going to be a theatrical film by Peter Jackson that was 2 hours long originally on the big screen. Okay, now all of a sudden, instead of that, it's going to be a 6-hour event. It's going to be 2 hours spread over 3 days. Okay? Now, if that's the case, then there can only be two things possible, right? Number one, that Peter Jackson went back to the vaults, looked at that 56 hours of footage and tried to find 4 hours more footage of the Beatles creating in the studio and putting that in to a 3-part TV special. Or it's the same exact cut, the same exact thing we would have gotten in the theater, only it's going to be shown on television. Well, how do you show a 2-hour movie that was all ready to go for the big screen on television, spread out in three episodes, 2 hours apiece, 6 hours, without adding superfluous stuff to it? I think we have to wait and see. But folks, I'm going to end this now. The summary is, I'm really disappointed. I'm crushed by this. Really was looking forward to a theatrical experience. I thought it would really bring a lot of potential new fans in. And I thought it would really be a big event, touted all over, commercials on TV and stuff. Everybody'd know about it. Now it's isolated. It's at home. Nobody, except the diehards, really will care, I think, that way. I don't know. Maybe there's some people that'll watch. I got to see if I can get Disney Plus. I got to see what's involved, how much it costs. And maybe we will get more footage. Maybe. Or maybe it'll just be a 2-3 hour film stretched out somehow to fit 3 nights. I know everybody's got an opinion, folks. Let's go. In the Vanity Fair article, by the way, before I go, that Vanity Fair article, what I wanted to know is, was that Vanity Fair article written when it was still going to be a theatrical release? Or was the Vanity Fair article written afterwards, see? That's the question. The Vanity Fair article may be important when they say they're not going to be talking heads and a lot of superfluous stuff and interviews and things scattered throughout the clips of the Beatles. But that was before it was going to be this 6-hour event on television. Talk to you soon.